Welcome in to the Casual Chaos Podcast. This is the sports wagering community. I'm your host, Jay Ash, joined as always by Jeff and Bubba. What is up, fellas?
Not much, man. How you doing tonight? You seem in a good mood.
It's just something about the pod. It just takes over your body. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at myself in the hue here. I feel a little flush, but we're gonna get through it. Bubba, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. We got what should be a good football game on tonight. I'll tell you what, the Chargers unis are fucking sick. We'll start with that.
I haven't seen them yet.
They dropped the Savannah Banana unis?
Yeah, they're Jeff. I don't want to ruin it, but they're wearing their old school like navy blue ones, and they look awesome.
Nice. And they got Alt back tonight too, so that's a big deal for them.
Yeah, huge deal for them.
I wish I knew that before I bet the Vikings. With that said, the socials are moving. So you can follow this podcast at Casual Chaos Live everywhere globally on your socials, TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out. YouTube channel, go there, watch the pod, like, subscribe. It is a video pod. Also, we have a live show Sundays and Mondays. This past Monday, we did our first engagement with our new partner, Glory Days Grill here in Tampa, Florida. And it was just tremendous, exciting, fun atmosphere. We had a great time. Had a lot of people pop in. We had a special guest in Spoon-Fed Sports, another local podcaster here that jumped on and spent almost the whole game with us. So what did you guys think of the live show?
Obviously I wasn't there, but it was fun, man. I had a good time.
We had a seat for you.
I know.
We do have a seat for you, so whenever you can make it down, we got you.
Yep, I hear you.
No, it was a good time though. Energy was great, bar was packed, and I think we got some news that I'll let you announce later on in the show. But I'm looking forward to hopefully being there for the remainder of our time doing this, which is hopefully a long time.
Yeah, we'll be back, and we'll give those updates towards the end of the show here, and we'll push it out on social. But if you didn't pick up on the subtle cue, go to the YouTube page, subscribe. We need to get the subscribers up so we can get some revenue coming in, so Jeff can fly down on game day and actually be at Glory Days instead of remote. So we didn't want to go GoFundMe, so we're just going to try to really bootstrap this podcast up, and let's get Jeff down here, everybody. So free Jeff. Can I get a chant? Free Jeff. All right. Good stuff. All right. Before we get into talking tickets, we would be remiss on this podcast, as dejected Yankee fans, Jeff and I are, and a dejected Red Sox fan and Bubba. We still have baseball. The Fall Classic starts tomorrow. Dodgers v. Blue Jays. So let's talk a little bit about that. Who do you guys like for the series? Do you guys eyeing any props? What are you guys thinking?
Go ahead, Jeff. All right. I mean, as Jay said, as a Yankees fan, the Blue Jays versus the Dodgers isn't necessarily my favorite matchup in the world, but it has a chance to be a good series. I always root for a good series. I do kind of think the Dodgers are going to win in 5. I mean, I just think they're the better team. But Toronto's hot, right? And that always plays a huge role in these series, especially in baseball more than any other sport. So we'll see what happens. As far as props go, I'll probably throw in some homer props, Jay. That'll probably be the extent of it for me. See if Vlad can stay hot. Ohtani, who has not really had a good playoff history before he had that freaking monster game, I think last week. So we'll see if that's like the catalyst to him going on a run as well. So I'll do some home run props, but I think the Dodgers in 5, maybe 6 is what I'm looking at there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really disagree with you, Jeff. And it's going to be hard for me to bet the World Series just because I'm not a Dodgers fan. I don't really like the Blue Jays, but it's going to be fun to watch, especially when Ohtani's, when he gets on the mound, obviously to watch him continue hitting the Dodgers lineup is stacked. But I'm going to call it here. I wouldn't be shocked if the Blue Jays take game 1 at home. Blake Snell's been amazing, but they got some magic going in Toronto, so I'm excited to watch that. I think the series price right now is like what the let's see, I got it right here.
And while you're looking it up, they're throwing the kid too. Toronto's throwing the kid in game 1. So.
Yeah. So it's Blue Jays. You can get them right now for the series at plus 210, and the Dodgers are minus 250, which none of those seem really appetizing. But game 1 is important, right? And if they can sneak that one, anything can happen. So we'll see.
Sure. Yeah. Jay?
Yeah, not a Blue Jays fan at all. Not a supporter. I don't have a disdain for the Dodgers, but if somebody's going to repeat, I'd prefer it to be the Yankees, but we don't do that anymore. So just gotta adjust the philosophy here. I'll watch probably a little bit more than I want to, but it's just mainly because my wife's a degenerate and has to watch the baseball and bet on Vlad and Springer home runs. So she makes money, so I got to support it. I think what I'm going to do, just from a gambling standpoint, I looked at this earlier and I got the numbers up because I think the Dodgers are going to win as well. I don't think it goes 7. So instead of laying the 250, which I don't like, even though it should feel like it's automatic money, a sweep is plus it's 6-1. Dodgers in 5 is plus 330, and Dodgers in 6 is plus 380. So I figure instead of throwing 250 to win 100, I throw 100 on each of those. If I get the sweep, net 4 and change, or net 4. If you get the 330, you're picking up $1.30. If you get the in 5, you're picking up $1.80. So it just seems like a better bang for my buck.
Absolutely.
The Blue Jays to sweep is it's 20-1 plus 2,000. That's not appetizing at all. I just don't see how that happens. So I don't disagree with Bubba. They could definitely steal game 1, and then it's 2-3-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just don't see them going to LA and coming back. So.
I guess we should say, since you mentioned the repeat for the Dodgers, hasn't been done in a quarter century. So we'll see if they could break through that ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let me be petty and just be a dick podcast guy. I fucking hate Vlad. I hate him. I can't stand him. I don't like watching him. I don't like he's having an unbelievable playoff run. So good for him. I'm not going to take that away. I'm not going to say he sucks. But Jeff, you and I talked about this many times. He's a slightly above average ball player. He goes in streaks, but everybody's got him penciled into the Hall of Fame, and I don't get it.
Yeah. I always complain because he's one of these guys that kills the Yankees. I mean, it doesn't matter if he comes in like in a 0 for 80 slump, he's going to crush the Yankees in the series they're playing. Right. So I hate him just for that reason. He's just one of these guys that kills the Yankees. But yeah, he's a good player. They're paying him way too much, although they would disagree with that at the moment, right? Because of what he's basically carrying them right now. So, hey, what are you going to do?
I got into it. I don't want to call it an argument. It was a slight disagreement that he's not too far below Judge. And I was, this is with the teenager. And I was just like, you got facts to back that up? And he was just like, well, no, I mean, he's just really good. I'm just like, yeah, they've played pretty much the same amount of games. And Judge has like literally 300 more homers. Literally.
Yeah. He's got 183 homers in 7 seasons. So
yeah. So check that shit at the door. So he's not his dad.
Let's hope it's a good series, right? That's all I care about. Either Dodgers sweep them and just wipe the floor with them, or I'd love to see it go 7. I mean, I don't think it's going to, but I'd love to see it. So we'll see what happens.
From a gambling perspective, Mookie Betts 15-1 to win the MVP. That's something to look at if you're trying to make some money that's not betting on the games.
Yeah.
Him, Max Muncy 30-1. Tommy Edman's been killing the ball lately. He's 30-1. So there's a few guys in there.
What's
Ohtani? Or what's
Springer's 10-1. Ohtani's plus 170. So
that's actually good value, believe it or not. I thought he'd be
Springer's got one, right? Wasn't he World Series MVP in 17?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He had like 5 home runs in that series.
I think he was. I think he's got one. I think he's got one World Series MVP. So
against the Dodgers, by by the way, Dodgers. In that World Series, he hit like 5 or 6 home runs. But those are two. Those are some names like you could look at it on our friends over at the Hard Rock have some fun, different special lines and different things. They have a whole section for Ohtani specials. So go check that out.
I've got an alternative site up pulled up right now, Tyler, and Mookie's 20-1.
Wow.
Yeah, hammer that. I mean,
yeah.
Hit him and
Will
Tescar.
Smith's been having a good one too.
Tescar Hernandez, 18-1. Little revenge game here.
Kike Hernandez is like 40-1.
And he's a monster.
Playoffs, dude. Like if there's ever going to be a time to put some money on him.
I just go straight South Park every time I hear his name.
Yeah.
The problem with a guy like that though is he's not going to win it unless he just blows everybody else on his team away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got to bat 600
or he hits
if
he hits a walk off in any of the games, hit or home run, and then he has a big game, clinching game.
Yeah,
he could win it.
Yeah, but
that's.
You're assuming that a pitcher doesn't ball out. Like if a guy throws,
Otani's probably going to win it.
If you win in 5 and Blake Snell has 2 wins, well, Blake Snell could be the MVP of that series.
True.
Also 18-1.
Yeah.
If Otani gets a win and hits 2 home runs, they're going to give him the MVP.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we'll see what happens. All right.
We'll probably close one of the games too in there.
Why not? You can do it all. All right, let's talk some tickets.
Let's do it.
Well, going right off the theme of Flama Mama might be a little bit of a degenerate. Here's a winner, and that's why she does it, is because she seems like she keeps winning these things. But this was Game 7. Had the Blue Jays to win, had Springer to get a hit, had Eugenio Suarez to get a hit, and Shane Bieber to strike out over 5. Over 4, excuse me. Shane Bieber struck out 5. Eugenio Suarez went 1 for 4. Springer hits the big bomb in the bottom of the 7th to take the lead, and Blue Jays win. So everything came up Flama Mama on Game 7 pretty much.
Good for her. That's awesome.
Awesome stuff there for Flama Mama getting a dub. Then we had Spoon. I know we mentioned shout out to Spoon Fed Sports. Spoon had a quick W with the Casual Chaos crew on Monday night. A little first quarter action in the first Monday night game with Amon-Ra St. Brown to record over 5 receiving yards, Jahmyr Gibbs to have over 5 rushing yards, and Jared Goff to have over 30 or more passing yards. Well, Amon-Ra caught a 26-yard touchdown pass, I believe, and Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, had a 20-yard run in the first drive. So he hit that in the literally first 2.5 minutes of the game.
Yes.
So Spoon was super happy with us, and I think that's why he stayed on the pod. Spoon Fed Sports.
That's well played.
Go look him up, shout him out. Really nice guy. Probably we'll see him some more with us at the Casual Chaos live shows.
Love it.
Had a tough one here. We were rooting him on. The Mr. Commissioner had a really fun one. What is that, like 500-1? Literally 585-1.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor first touchdown, Christian McCaffrey first touchdown. Both of those hit on Sunday, which opened up his Monday night. Hopefully, he might have had a cash-out option that it doesn't look like he took. Baker Mayfield to score the first touchdown in the Bucs-Lions game. Unfortunately, like I said, Amon-Ra St. Brown caught a quick touchdown in that game to make that a loser. So maybe the commissioner, we haven't heard from him, so maybe he cashed out and had like a nice little $80, $90 cash-out option, maybe a little bit more. But tough one there for the commissioner to get 2 of the 3 is tough. But they pay out the same.
Yep.
Well, hopefully he threw a dollar on dollar on Gibbs, dollar on Ibuka, like
pretty much everyone, and he could have made money. Still.
Right. I mean, at least make a couple bucks.
Yeah. And again, Flama Mama, another winner in baseball. Again, the reason why she's watching is because she's winning. She's got a system. She's sticking to it. She had the Jays to win. I believe this was Game 3. Pitcher to get another 5 strikeouts. He had 7. Vlad to have 2 hits. Got 2 hits on the nose. Nice little $8 paid out $50. So nice little winner there.
Yep.
And again, I keep saying it, Flama Mama. Flama Mama had an under 53.5 on the Lions Bucks games at the beginning of this game when it was 7-0. Obviously, this was into the first quarter. That seemed very unlikely at the first 2 drives of the game, and then everything just came to a screeching halt for points wise, unfortunately. So another winner though for Flama Mama, doubled up her money there almost.
Love to see it.
And then lastly, we had the Rain Man. The NBA is back, fellas, and he led off the big opening night slate with a W here. Desmond Bane, over 2.5 3-pointers. He hit 3 for the Orlando Magic on Wednesday night. So Rain Man got in the W column with the NBA, and with that, NBA guys, what do we think's going on with the NBA this year? You got any feelings towards anything?
Well, I guess we gotta. You guys want to talk about the bad news first, or what? How you want to do this?
Gamble responsibly, folks.
I mean, let's get it out. Let's just get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, if you're a sports fan, gambling fan, or just a sports fan, I mean, you've heard the news. Some big indictments came down today, including some mob figures. You got Billups, who's the coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, involved in some sort of backdoor poker scheme where him and a couple other guys were basically being used as pawns. I mean, they were involved in it, but they were being used as pawns as far as, hey, come play with Chauncey Billups, and the games were rigged. So
face cards.
Yeah, allegedly, by the way, allegedly. And then, of course, you got the Terry Rozier thing, which has been out there for a couple of years now, that he supposedly faked an injury and told his buddies to bet on his unders when it comes to props. So, Jay, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
I think much like little people like to be called certain things, I think mob guys is no longer a term. We got to go back old school to Cosa Nostra. That's how they like to be identified, or just the family. Second, there is no such thing as allegedly anymore. The court of public opinion will hang your ass as soon as it hits social media. So you're fucked. Doesn't matter. He will be out of a job. Doesn't matter if he did it or not. Doesn't matter if he's ever played cards in his life. It's out there. There's no chance he is coaching in the NBA this year and ever again. So he'll, if it actually comes out that it's actually not alleged and it's an actual thing, he's going to be lucky to stay in the Hall of Fame, I think. To be honest with you, it's questionable why he's in there. But that's a conversation for a different time. As far as the Rozier thing goes, we talked about it earlier. You signed a $100 million contract. I don't know why you're getting table scraps off your buddy's $200,000. If you're doing it for your friends, cool. Michael Porter Jr. explained how that's how people think, great. But you just fucking torched your whole life and career over table scraps, literally, when you have $100 million. And then the last thing I'll say, which is more of it's a life thing. And this isn't the first betting scandal. This has nothing to do with handheld devices or accessibility. The mob has been controlling this for decades, and history doesn't repeat itself. Human nature does. So this was inevitable. It's always going to happen. It's always happening. It's just, when is it exposed?
Yeah. And for the people, to your point, for the people who are, throwing their hands in the air and saying, hey, this is what happens when you make legal gambling widespread in the country. The truth of the matter is, like Jay said, this has been going on forever. At least way back into the 70s, into the Boston College thing. And I'm sure it happened even before then. The difference now, though, is with the legalized gambling, with the AI, with everything being electronic, they catch this stuff almost immediately. They see the weird betting patterns, and they catch this stuff immediately. So it's actually a good thing in that sense that gambling is widespread these days. It's not a bad thing. I know some people will never believe that, but it's the truth. A lot of this shit was happening all along and never got found out, right? Let's be honest. Yeah. So.
And Bubba, I'll let you jump in here in a second. Let's be perfectly clear too. What Chauncey Billups and the mob guys are indicted for is not point shaving or anything along. It's running a card game.
Mm-hmm.
It's running illegal card games, which is, infringing on casinos, not the sports book. So the outcry of, legalized gambling has nothing to do with the majority of this case. You just throw the Rozier thing in. And again, we're going to chip away at what Chauncey did or didn't do. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get some more names, but Jeff hit it right on the head. The ability to track, bet slips, receipts electronically, patterns, etc. It's just something that's, just getting to the forefront, and it should clean it up over time. But again, everybody's looking for a way to beat the system. Everybody. Right. And it goes back to blackjack and the books on blackjack and all the movies and everything we've ever seen about how to count cards, how to do this, the machines, people with, basically typewriters on their leg, like, all kinds of crazy shit. So this isn't new when it comes to, that. And then, oh, by the way, there's this thing called the New York Stock Exchange, which is the biggest casino in the world that's fucking manipulated on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's true.
That's my 2 cents. I'll let you cook.
Yeah, no, it's like Jeff said, it's just like people should be happy now, right? That it is legal and it is regulated, because we've seen it even recently, right? Like where a player does get hurt, whether it's real or not, and the casinos are giving people their money back. They're just canceling every bet. They're not taking losses. They're not, you know what I mean? So it's like that's not an excuse. Like people shouldn't be bringing that up as like, oh, this is why it's happening. You guys are spot on when you say this shit's been going on forever. There's documentaries, there's different indictments, different FBI cases. So you just look back and do a little Google search, you'll see that this has been going on forever. But the thing that's crazy to me is, and again, I don't know when he signed that $100 million contract. I don't know if it was recently, but I think the thing that they're pinged him for, one of the things that was back in 2023 when he was with the Hornets, I think. So like
he'd already signed a deal too.
He had already signed it. Okay. So yeah, that's there's no excuse to me. That's ridiculous. But I don't want to comment much on it because it's disappointing, right? That would go on. But I'm not a huge NBA guy. I don't know how they could know that this happened. The NBA cleared him. The investigation goes on for 2 years, and then they go arrest the guy in an away hotel. Like, I don't know. And then they clear Ohtani, who got alleged, his buddy was, betting for him, whatever. They clear him in like 3 days.
Well,
so it's like, how...
I mean, maybe Ohtani really wasn't guilty, number one.
Right. Yeah. I'm not accusing him. I'm just saying, like, how did that happen so fast? And then did they build a case on him? They let him do it multiple times? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, hang on. Before we go off there, do you know who's not in jail?
Ohtani.
His
interpreter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So who did it? If he did it, why isn't he in jail?
Yeah, you stole $17 million and you're not in jail? Okay.
So, real quick, we should also point out that Billups is also, on top of the poker thing, he's also being accused of tipping off people about Portland tanking at the end of seasons. And Damon Jones is another ex-player within the league for a long time. He's another guy that was supposedly tipping people off about injuries.
That's some funny shit, though, Jeff. Did you see that with Taylor? He gave a tip, and it ended up being complete opposite that one Lakers game, where he was like, these guys aren't going to play, and they all played and fucking balled out, and they asked for the money back. It's in the indictment.
That shit happens, right? I mean, it does. It happens. But anyway, so enough of that shit. So who do we? You guys, we won't go deep into the NBA, but you guys have a pick for who's going to play in the title game? You guys look at any of that yet?
I did. I took a look at it. I get my notes here. I got I like 3 teams in the West. I like the Warriors a lot. I like the Thunder. I know that repeat is not very common, and I like the Spurs. If I had to pick one right now, I would say the Thunder are probably going to win the Western Conference again and end up back in that NBA Finals. And I have them to win it. And I think in the East, I like the Bulls and the Cavs. Those are my 2 teams. I do think that I like the Cavs better than the Bulls. So I could see a Cavs Thunder final and the Thunder repeating.
The Bulls, like the Chicago Bulls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Michael Jordan back?
No,
I know he's on NBC, but can you make a case for the Bulls?
Well,
Bubba,
I like their odds.
Bet that, by the way. Yeah, you like their odds.
I do like their odds. Yes, I do like their odds.
I'll rephrase the question. Can you name 2 players on the Bulls?
No, but I like them at plus
Okay.
12,500.
Okay, yeah, okay. Once again, I'll book that bet, Bubba.
Yeah.
I'm tired of giving you money, so.
Yeah, they're not even going to make the play-in game, dude. But it's okay.
We'll see.
They're 1-0, undefeated, Bubba. That's what you should say.
They are 1-0. They are 1-0
lost this year.
Yeah, that's a bad.
What about my Western Conference picks? Do you guys like the Spurs? You like the Thunder?
Not yet.
All right.
I don't know if Wemby's going to play like he did last night. Yeah, who knows?
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But, I mean, did you guys watch the highlights from that game?
He looked impressive.
Crazy,
unbelievable. But I'll go with Denver plus 390 to come out of the West. Number one, I think it's realistic, and number two, I like those odds. As far as the East, I'm tempted to say the Magic at plus 600, but I don't know. They've never stayed healthy, and I don't know why they would all of a sudden. So I'll go with the Cavs. It's kind of a cop-out because they're the favorite, but plus 232 still isn't bad.
Yeah.
And as far as winning the title, again, I would take Denver, which is plus 600. You know, that's not bad. Yeah. So.
Yeah, just to echo what Jeff was saying, I'm looking at it more of the standpoint of I think the East is playing for second place as a whole. So if you want to make a bet on who's coming out of the East, then I do like those. I like that Magic odds. I think Cavs have an advantage, but I have a feeling they're going to be snake bit with injuries this year. Garland's already hurt. You know what I mean? Yeah. You might get a replay. Is Mitchell gonna, stay healthy, et cetera? There's not really a young up and coming team. Detroit could level up, but I don't know if they level up that much. So I just don't see it happening in the East. So kind of a cop out on my end, but if same thing, gun to head, I would take the Cavs barring injury. I do like the odds of the Magic. I don't really have another lean on that side of it. The West is going to be fun all year long because you're going to be in a situation probably where there's, maybe a half a dozen games separate 2 and 7, right? And then somebody's fighting for the play-in. Everything with San Antonio, like you were saying, Bubba, like we're big Castle guys, like anybody out of UConn. I like the construction of that team. If Fox can actually step up his game, it's just can Wemby stay healthy?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lower body injury, which is great, but as someone who had a DVT and had a life-threatening blood clot like he did, it's a constant fear. His height and being on airplanes is not conducive to that going away. So I mean, I'm hopeful that doesn't take. Look at Chris Bosh, right? It ended his career prematurely, right? Same thing. That's not something you can fuck around with. It's not a bad ankle. So I hope he stays healthy. If he does, it looks like he might run away with the MVP if he plays like last night. But it's a 2-horse race as far as I'm concerned. It's the Thunder and it's the Nuggets. And I'm going to go with Joker and a better surrounding cast this year just because it's tough to repeat, even though that team's young, hungry, deep as hell. They're a Chet injury away. They're a Jay Will injury away, that type of thing. I just think Joker's the best player in the league, has been for the last 5 years. And I just think he's got a better team around him this year. So I'm going to go with the Nuggets as well.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty much echoing what Jeff said. I like the Nuggets and I like the Magic. They're young.
Yeah.
From a gambling perspective, they're not winning anything. And another team that's probably not going to win anything, but it would be fun if they actually did get it done. Would be the Knicks. I don't think Jeff's a big Knicks guy, and Jay, I don't think you are either. Maybe, but their odds are right there. I think the East is a coin flip between the top 5 teams in the East.
Yeah, the odds are basically
anybody
the same.
Has one injury, whoever the next best team is going to win it probably. They're just, but I do like the Magic and I like the Nuggets. I actually put a future in for a couple champions. Ohio State to win the national championship in football, Nuggets to win in the NBA, and the Chiefs to win in the Super Bowl.
There you go.
All 3, I don't like really any of those 3 teams, but so it's just more of I I just think all three of those might just be the best teams in their respective leagues. So just a Hail Mary early in the season.
Hey, I mean, it's certainly realistic. So
yeah, why not?
Yeah, and if you're, I think you guys saw the ticket I put in the other day. $15 wins 70,000. It was the Bucks winning the Super Bowl, Nuggets winning the NBA championship, and UConn winning the NCAA championship. So I'm sure we'll do a little college preview as well. But if you just want a fun basketball bet, just take UConn in Denver or UConn in OKC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to get really strong odds there, and it's a good payout. So notice the anchor there is UConn. So, all right. Well, let's. That's going to wrap the NBA, good and bad, maybe even ugly. So, speaking of ugly, let's bring in last week's college football analyst / correspondent / not so good at the picks.
What's going on, boys? What's going on? Feast or famine over here, my friend. Hey, before we get started on this, I got to say one thing. I think we just had our first viral moment in the podcast. Jay Ash, State of the Union on legal gambling right there.
Thank you.
So eloquently put. Snip that up, put 2 minutes of it. I was getting ready to run through a fucking wall for that one, man. That was beautiful. Oh my God. If you are passionate about your gambling, my friend. As am I, as is Bubba, as is Jeff, as is everyone here. I fucking love that. That fired me the fuck up. That might be the first viral moment of this podcast. So
let's go.
Thanks again, boys. Yeah, it's feast or famine over here. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's either I'm going 4-0 or 0-4. Bad. I don't know if it's a good problem or a bad problem to have. Interesting state of affairs in college football these days. I think a lot of people are a little bit concerned about, all these top teams losing. We don't have a true Heisman favorite. There's really no rhyme or reason to watch it because Ohio State might win this whole thing. I disagree. I think every week is you never know what you're going to get. It's a Pandora's box. So I'm excited, man. How did you guys feel about this?
Well, I mean, I was going to say, plus look at last year. I mean, going into the playoffs, nobody had Ohio State winning the title unless you went to Ohio State. You know what I mean? They just lost an awful game to Michigan. So you don't know. I mean, that's why this tournament is fun now because you got to win multiple games. So we'll see what happens. But I am looking forward to that Indiana-Ohio State game that we'll eventually see, right? That should be pretty cool. But
no doubt.
Other than that.
I don't know if you guys remember the year 2007 when USF was number 2 in the nation, man. This year reminds me a little bit of that, just the chaos week in and week out. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. We don't care so much about last week because we lost a lot last week. I'm going to quickly roll through the recap last week. The biggest upset of the week obviously was Friday night, home game in Miami Gardens rather. Miami 21, Louisville 24. Carson Beck turned into a pumpkin in front of our eyes, 4 interceptions. Guy looked like he was back in Athens throwing the same amount of picks he did before. Miller Moss looks incredible. It's another guy. It's kind of like Louisville's riding on, sneaking on the radar a little bit. Miller Moss has bounced around the college football landscape. We'll see what they do. But ACC's wide open again.
Really? Yeah. Really is, unless you're Clemson.
I give you this big compliment, Jay. You got to come back at me with my picks.
No, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just think Miami lost a stupid game like they do. I mean, we talked about it in a couple times, right? That guy's good for one loss on him. You know what I mean? And then
100%.
Beck backed them up this time. So just real quick, back to I just pulled up the odds as you were talking about it. I mean, Ohio State's 2-1. Everybody else is double digits except Oregon and Bama. And Bama could be a tough out. I can't bet college football to save my life this year. So you make me look fantastic. I'll tell you that. Or other way around, I should say. But I'm excited for the tournament. And this is what everybody was clamoring for because as good as Ohio State is, and even if they run the table in the Big Ten, they're beatable. It's just what's the matchup going to be? I thought last week was the same thing college football is every year. Oh, Lane Kiffin's got a lead in Georgia. Yeah, that's not going to win. It just seems to repeat itself over and over again.
Right.
Miami's coming off a bye. They're laying double digits to Louisville. Oh, they lost. Yeah, that makes sense.
Happens every year.
It just happens every year, and that's why you love college football. So
yeah.
It's a beautiful sport, man. It's something that kind of like resonates with that too. Is I did a look ahead. Ohio State's on a bye this week. Ohio State plays at home against Penn State. There's an early line for this. Whose line is that? Whose line is that anyway for you guys? Guess the line.
It's got to be 22.
Ohio State is a. What do you have?
30.
30. But what you got?
I don't fucking know. 21.
Ohio State is a 4-point favorite right now.
I think
that
be
make
much
any
lower.
fucking sense.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the first quarter?
I'm looking at the Score app right now, who's powered by DraftKings Sportsbook. They're -4 currently right now.
Did you guys see
where's the game?
It's in Ohio State.
That can't be right. That can't be right.
Are you sure it wasn't 40?
I'm looking at it right now.
I saw that wine really fast. I mean,
I'm looking at it right now. They didn't lie to me before. I'm looking at it right now.
Did you guys see the numbers?
That's got to be like before the season started. Sorry, Jeff. That's got to be before season started. They haven't updated it.
You see it too?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
They probably haven't updated. It's got to be. They just haven't updated it yet. I mean, the poor freshman quarterback for Penn State that played last week. Did you guys see his numbers? I mean, oh my god,
no, it's atrocious.
Yeah, jeez.
If that number opens up at 4, I'm going to need somebody to get me a hold of Terry Rozier's people, because I'm going to need
it's literally 4.5.
Look at the
oh
script.
my god,
it's 4.5.
I'm going to need a cash advance.
That's what I'm saying.
Jay's gonna pay off his house, his car. He's gonna pay everything off.
We're bringing back Ron Wood memes for that. That's great.
Get through these next couple games real quick. Bama looks like a close number 2, right, to Ohio State. They rout Tennessee. Vandy, it's probably the game of the weekend. Vandy 31, LSU 24. Diego Pavia is emerging as like the next Johnny fucking Manziel. He looks like he might not be an NFL, prototypical quarterback, but I don't understand how he doesn't show up to Radio City Music Hall, wherever the hell they're having the Heisman Trophy ceremony this year. I mean, he's having Heisman moment after Heisman moment. He's making Vanderbilt look like, a top 3 team in the SEC this year. Like, there's arguments that Vandy has a shot at it this year. Who the hell knows? Vandy will be in the playoff this year. It's going to be fun to watch. And then, Jeff, our Irish took care of business at home against USC. Carr looking incredible again. Another person who might show up in the Heisman, trophy conversation, Jeremiah Love. He had over 200 yards, I think.
Monster.
He's a monster, man. I mean, he is so much fun to watch when he is on. That dude is, talk about prototypical. That dude is a prototypical NFL player. Would not be surprised if he's top 5 pick in the draft next year. Yeah. I love the Irish. They had a couple tough losses this year. Miami loss is not looking as good as it did before. I know they have one loss, but I love the Irish. I think they can make some noise in December and January this year.
Yeah, who's it's the guy that does the handicap on ESPN. Who's it? The Bear, right?
Yeah, the Bear. Yeah.
He just did a segment recently. He thinks they're the 4th best team in the country. So
I mean, why the hell not? Why? I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe pump the brakes on that a little bit.
I was gonna say I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I think they're certainly top 10. But anyway,
yeah.
We basically threw them away when they lost their second game.
0-2.
It would be shocking if they don't make the playoffs at this point, just because everything around them cooperated. The teams that had to lose lost. So
0-2 5 years ago means we'll talk about you next year. Not anymore with this playoff
absolutely.
system.
Yeah.
So that was my weekend. Did I miss anything? Anything you guys want to talk about before I head to my picks this week?
No, I mean, the only thing I don't know if you're sorry, Bob. I don't know if you were going to touch on this, but Texas A&M LSU this week. We'll see if Texas A&M can end LSU's season, because basically that's a do or die game for them. So,
believe it or not, Jeff, we can start with that one. That is my pick of the week.
Oh, there you go.
that is my absolute. Again, I don't know if this means anything. I mean, week to week, lock of the week is a big hit or a big loss. Buffalo almost lost outright last week. Probably should have lost outright. That was my lock of the fucking year. But this week, I don't think. I guess I'll start with that one since you talked about it. LSU plus 22. LSU plus 2.5 at home in Baton Rouge against Texas A&M. The total of this game is 48.5. Man, do I love the Tigers in this game. The reason why is Brian Kelly, when his back is against the fucking wall and he's about to get fired, that dude finds a way to win, keeps his job, and sticks around for a little bit longer. LSU is a dog at home under the lights when they're going to be swag surfing in Baton Rouge at Tiger Stadium. I don't know, man. LSU has not looked great. Texas A&M has looked incredible. But Texas A&M has a tough time playing on the road. All the road games have been close all season. And, Marcel Reed's having a good year for Texas A&M. Nussmeier has been kind of a disappointment. Supposed to be a top 10 pick this year, Heisman Trophy hopeful. All things considered, I just think this is a game that Brian Kelly wins when everyone has him picked to be fired in the next couple of weeks. So what do you guys think about that one? I don't know. I also like the over in that. I mean, that game could get out of hand. I don't know.
We talked about it when we were talking about the Penn State whiteout, right? That the hardest place to play at night is probably LSU. So
yeah, I'm sure.
that when I saw that line, I thought the same thing. They home dog makes sense. If it goes up to a field goal, hammer it. Otherwise, just play the money line because I just don't see LSU losing that game. To your point, so don't follow me. I can't pick my nose, let alone a winner in college.
I was going to say I'm not doing this on purpose, but I think the Texas A&M coach is one of the best coaches in the country. So I think if anybody's going to have him ready to play, it's going to be him. I know it's a really fucking tough environment. So that's if we were doing a college stay away, I would say stay away from that one. But
hey, Bubba, Elko is a dog, but he's having press conferences right now and dancing around the Penn State questions. He might be out at the end of the year.
No, he might be. He might go up there, and then I would bet Penn State if they
fucking straight. Him, honestly, stay straight. No, I love Elko.
I liked him when he was at Duke a lot. They made me a lot of money. I bet him a lot when he was at Duke. So no, I don't know. That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, what's that?
Not
part of the segment, but why take the Penn State job? There's more. There
might
be more money at A&M.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. We could talk about. I guess that's a separate segment. But all these people are saying fucking DeBoer might leave Alabama for Penn State. Why in the world would you ever do that?
Yeah, I don't see that one. I don't see Elko going to Penn State would make sense to me. I mean, look, it's Penn State. No matter what you think about them, they're one of the most prestigious college jobs available, and they're in the Big Ten. And a lot of people, still think very highly of the Big Ten, of coaching in the Big Ten. So,
You say it's Penn State, Jeff. In my lifetime, I'm 35 years old. Penn State's been dog shit for 35 years.
Well, they haven't been dog shit. They just haven't won a title. But
they haven't won really anything.
I understand, but it's the same thing with Notre Dame, right? I mean, Notre Dame.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. No. Notre Dame
went around a little bit more.
Yeah, but they weren't. I mean, Kelly brought them back to prominence. Okay, didn't win anything with Kelly, but he brought them back to prominence. Before Kelly got there, it was like 20 years of just average, But they were still Notre Dame, and it's still Penn State. So.
Yeah,
the name means something.
James Franklin's the best hire right now that's available. By the way, the guy you just fired is the guy that's going to get probably the best job going.
I disagree. There's a dude that's eating chicken.
He's guaranteed to win 10 games.
There's a dude that's eating. There's a dude that's eating chicken wings once a week at Glory Days. His name is Jon Gruden. He's the best damn hire.
He ain't going to college, bro.
Yeah, he should, man. He should.
To college. You don't want to do that. Why the fuck would you want to go coach college with this landscape that it is?
I think he's perfect for it. I think he's perfect for it. He's an NFL guy, but he's done like the charismatic. He knows how to work the salary cap. Will bring the right guys in. I don't know. That's a whole other thing. I got 2 more games, so there was a lot to talk about today. So
just make sure he's got an encrypted email.
It worked for Bill Belichick really well.
Yeah. Well, that's apples and oranges, my friend. Jon Gruden doesn't have Jordan in his corner trying to get him to post Instagrams and TikToks and stuff. It's a whole different thing. 2 more games I got for you. 2 more games I got for you. Utah minus 13.5 at home against Colorado. It's another night game at Utah. I know they had a tough one last week. I don't think Colorado's all that good. We got Dion fighting different surgeries and illnesses, and I don't know how much he's bought in. You talk about like a viral head coach. I still like that Utah quarterback a lot. I think Kaidon Salter for Colorado has had like a pretty, average year for all the money he's making in the NIL. 13.5 seems like not enough points. I think they won by 2 touchdowns pretty easily in that game. That game could get out of hand. I also like the over. Total is 49.5.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. There you go.
I've seen Utah play twice, and the quarterback was awful in both games. I'm not saying you're wrong. I might have just saw two games where he just didn't play well, but based on what I've seen, I don't have much faith in that guy. So
I'm gonna take Dion, and he did a great interview. He's like God's got me. I saw it. I'm gonna take Dion going into Utah and covering that spread.
I'm not going to invoke the Lord, but I had Iowa State beating Colorado, and that didn't happen. So I'm out.
Talk about another interesting game. An Iowa State game this week is interesting too. But we won't talk about that one. My last lock of the week, we got Minnesota Golden Gophers on the road plus 8.5 in Iowa. The total of that game is 38.5. I got a rule around here. When I see a total below 40 and a spread above a possession, take the points. I mean, Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. This game could end literally 8-3, and we cover. You know what I mean? Who the hell knows? I think Minnesota coming off a nice win last week too. Flex got them kind of in a groove a little bit. Sneaky Big Ten team. Probably doesn't have a chance to win. Iowa isn't. You know, they got this kid from South Dakota State or wherever the FCS school was at quarterback. He hasn't been what they thought. Mark Gronowski. I like the Golden Gophers in this game. I think they cover the spread. I think it'll be fun to sprinkle a little bit of money line. I'm guessing that's probably at plus 225, I would guess.
All right. I like it. I like the rationale.
I like it. Yeah. You missed a game. I'll just throw my one college game out there. Oklahoma, Ole Miss. I think the spread is like 5.5. Obviously heartbreaker for Ole Miss, at Georgia, but I think they could win that game.
Oh, they definitely could. Yeah. They definitely could
win that game.
And they're a dog, so
I'll just take the points.
Yeah, 5.5.
And then I'll leave you guys with this. I appreciate your time as always. I got to give one more UFC pick, and we got a big card this week in Cyril Gain versus Aspinall. And we got. Give me a second here. Where is he at? Alexander Volkov. I'm sorry. Alexander Volkov. He's like plus 185. Not sure why I can't find it right now, but Alexander Volkov is my bet. I also like Chris Barnett at plus 350. Watch some Chris Barnett highlights. He's a fun fighter. He's like 5'8", 260 pounds. He does front flips and shit. He's fun to watch. So
there we go. We'll keep an eye on that.
Is that Volkov fight? Is that the third fight?
Third fight, yeah.
They're split, right?
Say it again.
They split the first two?
Oh, yeah, they split the first two. That's right. And Volkov, I think he's like plus 190. He's he's getting up there in age, but
he hasn't fought in a while, right?
Hasn't fought in a little bit. He was dealing with some injury. But I like Volkov, man. I like Volkov.
I like that too. He lost that last fight because he fought in like in 7 weeks. And
he probably should have won that fight too. He looked good. Like it was a judge's decision. I think it was a split decision. And a lot of people, even Dana White came into the ring. I referred to this in a UFC podcast, but even Dana White came into the ring and said, hey, we'll get you back next time. That was fucked up. So,
no, he shouldn't even have taken a fight. He shouldn't have taken the fight.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, boys. Thanks for your time as always.
Awesome.
All right,
guys, great having you. Let's go.
See you later.
All right. I like Bama to boat race South Carolina. That's the only thing I got. So
USF Memphis big game, playoff implications. I don't know who's gonna. I don't think I'm gonna touch it, but big game.
That feels like the same trap we fell into Monday night with the Bucks Lions, right? 58. It's going to go way over that. USF averages 50 points a game on their own. I don't like anything about it. So.
Yeah.
I just want to root for USF. That's just don't gamble on it. Just root for them.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought process. And also Virginia going to North Carolina. That's another one. Virginia is only 10.5 point favorites. North Carolina is awful. Yeah. Virginia's sneaky, may just win the ACC this year. So that I think they'll boat race them.
Who do they play next week?
Virginia?
Yeah.
I'll check it real quick.
Just got to be careful of a look-ahead game.
Cal. So no, they don't play anybody the rest of the way. They play Cal next week, Wake Forest, Duke, Virginia Tech. So, I mean, they're going to win out.
Yeah.
So
Cal's got a rich ACC history. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they played Stanford already, the ACC powerhouse that is Stanford.
Yeah. All right, well, let's shift gears to the NFL. We've got a bye-apocalypse on week 8 here. 6 teams on a bye. Coming out of week 7, did you guys see anything that changed your opinion or outlooks on the season so far?
Go ahead, Bubba.
For me, losing Mike Evans, the Bucs losing Mike Evans for 6 probably 8 weeks.
He's
Probably see him again if they make the playoffs. But that to me that hurts the Bucs. I know they got Igbukah. I know they got, but Godwin's probably going to stay hurt. I hope he doesn't, but he might. To me, the Bucs are in a little bit of a. They got a divisional game. I know we talked about it at Glory Days. The Saints this week. So my outlook was I had them, winning the South. They're going to win the South. We had them winning the Super Bowl, and I don't know if that's really realistic anymore. They got to really get some guys back and go on a run.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. As far as I'm concerned, the Eagles had a must-win game that they barely won, but they did. KC looked really good. I mean, not surprising considering who they played. But I mean, they're certainly rounded into shape, and their offense is healthy. And
absolutely,
you've seen what they can do with those guys over the past.
They look like the old Chiefs, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot of games last week that were surprising, right? A good win for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jeff. Sorry to interrupt you, but I will tell you. I mean, you might have been about to get to it, but the one surprising was that the Giants had that game won in Denver, and they fucking blew it. I mean, 33 points in the fourth quarter. I think we were all texting back and forth like, this is fucking atrocious. Yeah. What are we watching? So that was a shock to me. It's like, did their magic run out? Did they just have a really run of bad luck in the fourth quarter? What the fuck happened there?
Yeah, we all talked about during last week's pod. We all talked about maybe taking the Giants at plus 300. And Ash, I think you actually did. Didn't you?
I did too. I had them in the parlay. Yeah, they
right.
fucking. I was.
That was my money line play of the week.
Yeah. So, So I mean, the Patriots. I guess we should talk about the Patriots. We mentioned them last week, how they were in a good position. Their schedule is pretty weak going the rest of the way, and I mean, we kind of joked about it last week that they could win the division, but they can win the division. So
absolutely,
yeah, we'll see what happens there. But nothing real surprising last week. So
yeah, Chiefs are who we thought they were. Pats are who we thought they could be. Indianapolis is proving they are who everybody's waiting for them to fall back to earth, and they're not doing it. If you're a Colts fan, I worry about the Jonathan Taylor banana peel. That's the one guy for a team, barring a Mahomes or something like that. But if that guy gets hurt or misses some games, I think they're losses for the Colts. The Jags are certainly rounding in the shape the way I thought they would be. So I'm still going to say they're under 7.5. It's a fucking bad football team. But the one thing it didn't change my outlook. It kind of reinforced it. I still think Seattle's the best team in the NFC West. So,
all right.
Yeah, they handle business.
Yeah. My takeaway is, and I said it a few weeks ago. I said right after week 1, don't sleep on the Bengals with Joe Flacco. I know they ended up losing, or they ended up winning that game on a field goal, but they could win that division. That division's kind of up for grabs with the Ravens kind of falling asleep this year. So that's one of my takeaways, and the Chiefs are just a wagon. Their offensively is I just don't see how they aren't the best team in the league. That offense is just humming with Rice coming back. Now they have some threat on the outside, so they're just a wagon.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's get into the categories. Gun to the head, lock of the week. What'd you do last week? What do you got this week?
I guess I'll start. I was looking at, there's like 3 games that I like. Tyler, to your point, I like the Bengals minus 6.5 at home against the Jets. I like the Patriots minus 7.5 against the Browns. That actually jumped. It looks like I think I saw it under 7 today, but I like that one too. But the one I went with is Tampa minus 4.5. I always like taking good teams that are desperate, and Tampa needs to win this game. They're playing on the road in New Orleans, who obviously New Orleans is nothing special. Again, Tampa's still beat up on offense. Irving's still not playing. Godwin's still not playing. Evans out for the year. We don't know what's going on with Baker. I mean, we will all admit that he didn't look healthy last week, but I haven't heard anything about him not playing this week. So Bucks -4.5. It's a game that they have to win. I'll go with the desperation team. So there you go. Oh, last week, by the way, I had Detroit against Tampa, and they covered in my lock of the week last week. So
I will be cheering for you, Jeff, because I will be watching that game, and I'm cheering for the Bucks. So good pick. Last week I took the Chargers over the Colts. That did not work out. The Colts continue their hot streak, and they routed the Chargers 38-24. I don't know, man. Are the Colts good? Who knows? My lock of the week is actually tonight. I took the Chargers -3.5. They look like they're about to punch it in right now and go up 14. So I'm looking good. So we'll see.
All right.
So your lock of the week is the Chargers?
Yeah, Chargers.
Okay. Laying 3?
3.5.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, good. All right. Last week, my lock of the week was also the Chargers, which didn't work out, as Bubba reminded me. It got mushed there. I've actually got 2 locks of the week this week, and there's a rationale for it. It could make Jeff happy. So fun little stat here. Pre-bye teams heading into their bye week facing a divisional opponent are 54-24-1 against the spread since 2013. So if you guys need the math at home, it's 69.2% of covering against the spread. So that's an auto play for the Eagles and the Bucks this week. Both going into a bye next week, both playing division opponents. Eagles are on a revenge game as they got embarrassed a couple weeks ago on a Thursday night versus the Giants. And if you need a little more motivation on that one, teams going onto a bye laying 7 points or more, which the Eagles are 78-6 straight up, 56-26-2 against the spread since 2002. So 23 years of history. That's 68.3 to cover. Not part of the segment, but if you need a little extra fun juice on pre-week buys, the under in those same scenarios, 36-15-2 for a 70.6 cover hit. So might want to play the unders in both those games.
There you go.
All right.
So little stat to back it up.
I like it.
There you go. I'm not gonna do what I said last week, where I said I'll just ride the Pats pretty much all the way home because it's just not fun. Even though I think they'll probably cover again this week. To Jeff's point, I had the Pats last week. Obviously, got another W. This week, I'll go with the Atlanta Falcons -7.5. It is a big number for the Falcons, just because I don't feel like the Falcons are that good of a team. But the Dolphins are an absolute fucking train wreck. As like almost as an organization at this point. The coach is on his way out. He's going to get fired. Tua seems like he hates everyone. The locker room's like abysmal at this point. Atlanta at home. I'll take the 7.5 in a route where Penix kind of goes off. And Tua probably can't get anything going on the offensive end. So I'll take the Falcons this week. Them, again, to Jeff's point, that would move them to 4-3. Bucks mess around and lose this week. They're only a game back in the division, so it starts getting interesting in NFC South if that happens. So I'll take the Falcons.
Nice.
All right.
So we got a Kamani Vidal-Sassoon touchdown. That's relevant for me because I have that with a parlay with Pickens. Trying to think of who the other guy was. I got a third leg there that 50 pays 585. So kind of liking that.
There we go. Yeah.
Kind of like that. I put it up on the Discord. So, all right. Stay away game.
Go ahead.
Outside of the Bucks and the Eagles, I'm staying away from all of it. just kidding. I'm staying away from the Cowboys, Broncos, just because after what we saw last week, the Broncos needing 33 points to come back in the fourth quarter. The Cowboys defense, as everybody knows, is suspect to say the least. Should be a super high scoring game. And I have no idea what to expect, right? You're going to hear if the Cowboys win, you're going to hear the Dak MVP rattle. Can they score against the 5th ranked passing defense in the league? My fandom prevents me from betting it anyway, just because it doesn't matter what side I'm on, I'll lose. They're coming off a big win, against a division opponent. So everybody's going to be high on them, especially catching 3.5. I just rather sit this one out.
Yeah. It's a good point. My stay away game, I was stuck between 2 of them. There's 2 games that I really just don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Well, we never know what's going to happen, but these 2 are really confusing. So the Ravens are hosting the Bears, and they're giving them 6.5. I don't know if the Ravens all of a sudden got healthy overnight. I know they're getting some defensive guys back, but that just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. They desperately need a win. They desperately need a win, though, Jeff. So maybe they do cover that spread. But the game that I went with actually is Eagles hosting the Giants in Philly. 7.5. I could see it being a close game. I could also see Saquon Barkley having 150 yards, having a breakout game. Hasn't really had one of those yet. But we'll see. Those 2 games to me stuck out. But my stay away is definitely the Philly Giants game, because the Giants are coming off a really, really shitty loss. Scatterboo was courtside at the Knicks game. Is the magic up? Is it just starting? I don't know. Rivalry game. I know you guys like Philly. Those statistics are probably point towards taking Philly. But for me, it's a stay away.
Because you don't like statistics.
Nope.
I like most of the games this week. I mean, I feel like I can make a good case in every game as far as who might win, but 49ers Texans is probably a game I would stay away from. Mac Jones is the quarterback again, on the road. Houston -2.5. I don't know. I just don't have a feel for that one. So that's the game I'd probably stay away from. Last week I had it was the Dolphins Browns, and I'm glad I stayed away from that game, because if I was gonna pick somebody, I probably would have picked Miami, but I was smart enough to stay away. So
yeah, we would extend the segment 10 minutes just to beat you up on that.
My stay away is the Colts Titans. I just 14.5 is a lot, even though obviously the Colts are clearly a better football team, but I just don't. 15 points in the NFL seems like a big number. I just stay away from it. No idea how the Titans looked a little spry against the Pats in the first half, and then just kind of regressed in the second half of that game. So I just stay away from that one. It wouldn't shock me if the Colts boat race them and do win by a lot, and Jonathan Taylor does have another 3-touchdown game. I think he's got more than every other team combined rushing this year. So he's I know that the MVP is not a running back trophy. It's a quarterback trophy, but Jonathan Taylor's got a crazy amount of touchdowns already this season, and a lot of yards. So, but I'll just stay away from the Colts game.
Yeah, those franchises typically play close games too, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Titans plus 900. So, I mean, be fun to throw it on that, but just because it's such a big number. But, I mean, the Colts are a much better football team.
Yeah. I could tell you, as we shift gears to moneyline underdog play, that will not be my play of the Tennessee Titans. So, so last week we talked about it quickly. I had the Giants, which was a win for 57 minutes. So I'm gonna take half a point. I'm gonna take half a win.
Maybe that's a shitty loss, man. I cannot believe that happened.
Unbelievable. So two things. I put in a free bet. I had $100 free play, so I put that in. So that would have been a nice cash, but at least I backed it up with them catching 8. So I didn't have to throw my meal up. I was just like, oh fuck it, we're actually going to make money here and not lose money, so it's a good thing. But I'm just happy I didn't have all in on that, because how do you give up 33 points in the fourth? It's just unheard of.
Yeah, right.
Unheard of. So I guess I'll lead off since I segued there. So I don't know if I'm going to take Jeff's pick, but I'm just going to throw it out there anyway. The only dog I saw that was live is the Steelers for me.
No.
So I'll take the plus money there, depending on where you're getting it. I think it's plus 145 ish.
Yeah,
So
I say 135. So yeah, right in that.
Yeah, I'm saying 130, 136, 137. So and the rationale is we know Tomlin's abysmal on Thursday Night Football, especially in the division. He's actually stellar on Sunday nights, especially coming off that Thursday night loss.
Mm-hmm.
So that, even though Rodgers is downplaying it, saying it's not a revenge game, he doesn't need to hype it up. If the locker room follows him, they'll play hard for him because they know what's at stake. And the reality is they just need to win anyway. So they need to reestablish the claim on that division. To your point, Bubba, I have no idea why the Ravens coming off a bye and all banged up, and Lamar doesn't look like he's playing. I don't know why they're giving almost a touchdown. And the Bengals, I'm not poo-pooing you, Tyler, at all, but like they've got 3 wins, and they're going to beat the Jets, but I don't see it the rest of the year. If the Steelers win, they kind of control their own destiny, and one of those 2 games against Baltimore will mean something, and I think they win the division. So I'm going to take the Steelers plus money.
All right. Well, I'll go next just because I got the same game. I agree with everything you said, and I've seen this story play out over the past 5 years, where the Steelers just lose a game that everybody thinks they're going to win, and then next week they come back and win a game everybody thinks they're going to lose. So I think they're going to win in Pittsburgh. I mean, again, the Packers, we've talked about this. I mean, despite the record, the Packers have not looked great this year. Steelers offense has looked better than I think most people could have expected. The big question with them has been their defense. I mean, they were awful the first 2 weeks of the season. They were really good for the next 3 weeks, and then they were awful again last week. I mean, I don't know what you're getting out of them from game to game, but the Steelers got that mini bye week, and again, it's not a real must-win game, but I'm sure they feel like it's a must-win game. So I'm going with Pittsburgh. I actually got them at plus 140. So and last week, we don't have to talk about it, but last week I had the Jags against the Rams. There was some logic behind it, but that was a disaster. So,
not good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be fucking quick because the only game that I saw was the Steelers as well. So I got them at plus 135. The whole fucking pod's on them. We'll see what Tyler's got, but I like you hit it on the head, Jay. It's Aaron Rodgers is definitely not telling the truth when he says there's no revenge. Like he wants to go and beat him up. So,
but Aaron Rodgers always tells the truth. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's the ayahuasca.
That's a revenge game, and I think the Steelers have a really, really good chance of winning it. Especially Jeff, the stats you threw out, like them coming off a loss that they were supposed to win. So we'll see. But that's my underdog too, plus 135. I already locked it in. So
let's go.
I will also. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not taking the Steelers. I do like where your guys' heads are at. But we've talked about it a couple times. Bubba's stay away game, but I'll take the Bears on the road to beat the Ravens. I mean,
not a bad pick.
Even if Lamar does play, that defense is abysmal. They gave up 44 points to the Texans a few weeks back. They're just not very good. They've been giving up pretty much 30 a night. The Bears have scored 25 in almost every game they've played, and they've won some close ones. So I think if it's close, the Bears have actually won a couple close games this year versus last year. Obviously, I would take the points if you were giving them to me, but I think I'll take the Bears money line this week. They've definitely been looking better. They've won close games, but the Ravens are just not very good this year, and they might pack it in. They lose another game or two. I think they'll just pack it up. I mean, 1-6 start. You ain't doing anything in the season if that happens. So this is a break the locker room game. If you're the Bears would move to 5-2. Means everything for them. If they can get a W here on the road, I'll take the Bears, man. The Bears to win 5 in a row. And they got a somewhat easy schedule moving forward. So this is a game the Bears need to win if they think they're a playoff team. Not saying that they are. I'm just saying they have a different mindset than the Ravens. So I'll take the Bears.
All right.
So that's great timing on that too, because they just flashed on Amazon as Minnesota's about to kick off. Next week's Thursday night game is potentially the 1-6. I'm sorry, 1-6 Ravens against the coachless Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, what a bad game.
Wow.
They might be paying Lamar to come back in that game just to have like something to watch.
England called and said, "Hold my beer for bad games."
Yeah. It'll be like a bad weather game too. It'd just be awful to watch.
Just terrible. Monsoon-like conditions in Miami. From all the tears of the fans. Let's move on to bragging rights. Let's get this thing going.
All right.
Anybody win last week?
No.
Shame.
No.
I think I was close, but I don't think no.
We want to go over the tickets from last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick. Right.
Yeah.
Jeff?
So for the third time in 4 weeks, I won 3 out of the 4 games. Which again doesn't mean much, but T. Higgins over 4.5 receptions that came in. Total points over 44.5 that came in easily. Jaylen Warren 75 yards combined rushing and receiving. He did that in the first half. The one that I ended up losing was the Metcalf with at least 6 receptions. So won 3 out of 4, but that's a big donut when it comes to a cash return. So.
And Jay, your bet here?
Yeah, I believe I was 3 out of 4 as well. The only thing that hurt me was DK, and it set up, unfortunately, on a 70-yard Rodgers Hail Mary where it actually looked like he had a chance. I don't know how the game script got away and Freiermuth ate like a champ, but DK didn't give me the touchdown. Everything else hit. That, I stand by the play. It was good rationale. It was a bad outcome. 3 or 4 doesn't mean anything except we lost.
Yeah.
So.
And Bubba.
All right. I hit the Toronto Blue Jays on Thursday night when we were all doing the pod. Cowboys handle business. Philly handle business. I needed the Falcons, and unfortunately they lost 20-10. Couldn't beat the Mac Jones 49ers. So unfortunately I lost $25. I really, really thought I had a chance to win that one, especially after the first 3 hit. But no good.
No good is right.
Yeah.
But Jeff, I know we were texting back and forth this morning when you sent this over to me. This is a fun one here, guys.
Yeah, I'm going big this week, fellas. So this is all underdog money line parlay. So I got the Bears beating the Ravens. Again, we just talked about it. Ravens aren't healthy, have not been playing well. The Bears, especially the past 4 weeks, their offense has looked really good. And even if the QB plays for the Ravens, he's not going to be 100%. So I got the Bears at plus 230. I got the Giants beating the Eagles in Philadelphia plus 265. I think that's completely realistic. The Eagles have not looked great. A.J. Brown didn't practice today for the second straight day this week, so who knows if he's going to even be playing. He's got a hamstring issue. We know how that goes. Already talked about the Steelers plus 140. And I got the Cowboys going into Denver and winning at plus 145. So look at that. 25 plays 1770. Let's go, fellas.
There you go.
I'm probably riding with you on that one, Jeff. I'll just jump on your coattails on that.
No worries, man. I hope we both win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rooting hard against you. I got a lot of money on the Eagles already.
Jay, here's yours.
Yeah, I kind of went back to the same formula. I did a lot of props. I think Bijan gets over 100 yards in the first half against the Dolphins. They're a sieve on defense. They can't stop the run. If the Browns fed Judkins a little bit more, I mean, he was on pace for 150 in the first half, and they just stopped giving him the ball. I mean, he got 3 touchdowns. So I think Bijan rolls. Abuka, he's back. He's the main weapon now. So there's a touchdown. I also have him in that parlay I was talking about with Vidal Sassoon and Pickens. Marvin Mims, over 49.5 yards. Put up 88 last week, playing against a really bad Cowboys defense. So I think it's inevitable he gets over the 50 yards. And then I got the Bengals -6 because the Jets are just fucking awful. And and Joe Flacco should cook. I think it's a bad beating for the Jets. Actually, I don't see any scenario. Tyrod Taylor's a little banged up. Justin Fields is inept. I think the Bengals have a little momentum coming off of that game, and I think they actually have a lot of confidence in Flacco. And you can just see Taylor looking at Flacco like, yeah, I got a guy. I could do this. So,
yeah. And I think the Jets wouldn't even have started Fields this week if I think Tyrod Taylor got hurt, is on the injury report. So I don't even think they would have started him. So they would have been going to Tyrod Taylor to save their season.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
Yeesh.
Exactly.
Well, save their season. That's
well, yeah.
Loosely, but yeah.
Make them look somewhat competitive.
There you go. Yeah.
Win a couple games on the way out.
Yeah. I mean, one or two, at least be in them. Maybe cover a spread or two.
Yeah. Right.
I like the over in that Falcons-Miami game. Like you said, Jay, Miami's defense sucks. I think the Falcons could score 35 points on their own. I'm hoping the Dolphins can punch it in once or twice, maybe a couple of field goals. So I got over 44.5 in that game. Gonna be a lot of offense. Second leg of it, I got a UFC fight. Know nothing about this guy. Huge favorite. He's a Russian. Probably wrestled bears growing up. So I threw him in there, and then I got the Bucks on money line and the Chargers tonight on a money line. I've thought about throwing the Chargers in at -3.5, but I figured if I lost my lock of the week, I didn't think they would lose this game, so I threw them in as a money line. 25 does not pay a shit ton; it pays 98.77. But I'm looking to get in the W column here on bragging rights, so we'll see.
All right.
Guys with that last name, you bet, by the way.
Yeah.
In UFC.
It's Khabib's brother. It's Khabib's brother. Guys,
yeah.
and he did wrestle bears. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So did Dicker to kicker miss?
Yeah, he missed.
Yeah, he did.
Rarity, kind of.
That hurts. That hurts for fantasy purposes. All right. Well, this isn't a fantasy show, so we'll end on that note. It's just very dejecting. The socials flashed. You know what that means. Follow us on all the socials at Casual Chaos Live, Instagram, X, Facebook, Discord, TikTok, wherever you go, find us on the socials. And
where can they also find us?
They can find us Monday again, another Monday Night Football game at Glory Days. The Washington Redskins. That's right, folks. Not a PC show. The Washington Redskins against the Kansas City Chiefs. You get the theme? Uh-huh. All right. You guys fill in the blanks. All right. So we're going to be hooting and hollering, tomahawk chopping, getting shit done at Glory Days. If you are local, come check us out. It's going to be a good time. We've got mics for you to come in, chop it up with us. Tell us who you like, who you don't like. Tell us we're good. Tell us we're bad. We don't care. We just want to have some fun. A lot of energy there. Food's fantastic. Beer's super cold. The crowd is great. We had a really good time there, and we're looking forward to doing it again. And we're just going to give you a little sneak peek. We'll be there the following 2 weeks as well on Sunday, the 9th and the 16th. Or I'm sorry, the
2nd and the 9th.
The 2nd and the 9th. I'm not great at the days of the week. Still learning how the calendar works. But we'll be there for 4 consecutive weeks. So could be our new home, but check us out. Come and follow us. Get involved. Please send your tickets. Please hit us up on the socials. If you find us on YouTube, please at least subscribe. Don't listen again. Just subscribe. I mean, just do the thing. We got to get Jeff down here. We don't want to start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
All right. So for $1 Ant and his bounce back week, for producer Tyler, for Bubba and Jeff, Jay Ash, thank you guys for participating in the pod. Any final thoughts?
No, that's it. Bye, everybody.
See you guys Monday.
Peace. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, everyone. This is Jay Ash, one of the hosts of the Casual Chaos podcast you are about to listen to discusses gambling and wagering on sporting events. Please be advised the gambling and sports wagering content during this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial or gambling advice. Sports wagering involves significant risk. If you choose to gamble, please do so responsibly and only gamble with funds that you can comfortably afford to lose. All opinions, wagering tickets discussed, or implied wagers on the Casual Cast podcast are not guarantees to result in financial gain. You must be 21 years or older or of legal gambling age in your jurisdiction to participate in sports wagering. Please verify the gambling and sports wagering laws and regulations within your jurisdiction prior to placing bets. Listeners are solely responsible for their own wagering decisions and outcomes. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call or text the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. We encourage everyone to engage with sports betting responsibly. The host and the Casual Cast podcast assume no liability for any losses incurred as a result of listening to this content.